Om Shanti. Welcome to one and all for this second day seminar online on the theme Lock In to Look In, jointly organized by Brahma Kumaris, Business and Industry Wing, Hyderabad, FTCCI and NHRD. Several new people have also joined today, so we also welcome them. Yesterday, Br.EV.Gireesh has presented beautiful insights. To quickly recapitulate the jewels of knowledge, the essence is like this. Yesterday he spoke about business of life, or we can say life's business. क्योंकि आज हमने बिजनेस लाइफ और पर्सनल लाइफ को अलग अलग कर दिया है, लेकिन लाइफ बिजनेस अर्थात बिजनेस ऑफ लाइफ माना टोटल ह्यूमन वेलबीइंग, जिसमें हम स्पिरिचुअली भी, सोशली भी और फिर मेंटली और फिजिकली हर रीति से स्वस्थ रहे, तो ये है हमारा लाइफ बिजनेस। तो उसके लिए उन्होंने कहा कि जैसे हम आज अनसर्टेनिटी के टाइम पर हैं, वी आर लिविंग इन द टाइम ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी, सो टोटल वेल-बीइंग लाइज इन एक्सेप्टिंग द ट्रूथ एंड टोटल कंट्रोल ओवर द सेल्फ। हमारा वेल-बीइंग किस पर आधारित है? जब हम सत्यता को जीवन में जो भी है एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, जीवन की वास्तविकताओं को, और हम सेल्फ पर कंट्रोल प्राप्त कर लेते हैं, तो हम स्वस्थ रह सकते हैं। और फिर उन्होंने बहुत सुंदर उदाहरण से भी सत्यता की परिभाषा समझाई, ग्रेविटी का एग्जाम्पल देते हुए कि सत्य माना क्या होता है। तो उन्होंने दो बातें बताया गिरीश भाई जी ने कि सत्य माना truth is that which should always be a phenomena, it should not change। जैसे मैं जब नहीं थी, जैसे उन्होंने बहुत सुंदर ग्रेविटी का उदाहरण दिया, और दूसरी परिभाषा भी उन्होंने कहा कि सत्यता माना इट शुड बी कॉमन फॉर एवरीबडी। तो उन्होंने ग्रेविटी का जो उदाहरण दिया कि जब मैं नहीं भी थी, पैदा नहीं हुई, तभी भी अर्थ का ग्रेविटी 9.8 है, मैं हूँ तो भी वही है, बाद में भी वही है, तो वो चेंज नहीं होता है। और दूसरा, ये ग्रेविटी जो है हर एक के लिए वही है 9.8, ऐसा नहीं कि इंडिया के लिए ग्रेविटी अलग है, दूसरे के लिए अलग है, दूसरे देश में, या मुसलमानों के लिए ग्रेविटी अलग है, हिंदू के लिए अलग है, मेल के लिए ग्रेविटी अलग है, ऐसा नहीं। तो दो बातों से उन्होंने सत्यता क्या होती है बहुत सुंदर रीति से हमको समझाया। और फिर स्पिरिचुअलिटी एज रियलिटी का अर्थ उन्होंने बहुत सुंदर रीति से समझाया कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी एज रियलिटी अर्थात वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट द ट्रूथ और एम्ब्रेस इट, अंडरस्टैंड इट एंड रियलाइज इट, बिकॉज व्हेन वी एक्सेप्ट ट्रूथ और रियलिटी इट ब्रिंग्स ट्रैंक्विलिटी इन माइंड। और दूसरी बात, स्पिरिचुअलिटी एज रियलिटी अर्थात वी नीड टू learn to have control on the self, क्योंकि when I am not in control of my thoughts or of my mind, I cannot control my mind, or when I don't accept the reality, then I experience stress। स्ट्रेस माना बहुत सुंदर परिभाषा उन्होंने समझाया, स्ट्रेस माना कुछ और नहीं, when I don't accept the truth, or when I don't have control on my own thoughts or attitudes or actions, I experience stress। तो इसी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए आज का सेशन कि कैसे हम सेल्फ मास्टरी प्राप्त करें और कैसे एक्सेप्ट करें, किन किन वास्तविकताओं को एक्सेप्ट करें। तो आज का टॉपिक है एस्पिरेशंस ऑफ लाइफ। सो आई ऑल्सो वेलकम गिरीश भाई जी फ्रॉम मुंबई, और ब्रीफ में मैं उनका परिचय कराना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि कल कुछ टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम्स के कारण हम परिचय नहीं दे पाए। तो ब्रदर गिरीश इज अ वेल नोन trainer across industries for his unique style and ability to inspire people. He has taken training programs at ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, NPCIL, that is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, IIT Madras, Roorkee, Patna, JNU, NID, that is National Institute of Design, Indian Army, L&T, ICAI, ICSI, General Motors, Tata Motors, TCS, Tata Power, and many more. He is also associated with Prajapita Brahma Kumaris for the past 22 years, an international socio-spiritual organization which has NGO status with UN and consultative status with UNICEF and ECOSAC. He is mastered in psychoneurobics, specialized in applied psychology. Also, he did MBA in marketing and finance. Not taking much time, I request now Brother Gireesh Bhai to take over the session. Before that, there is an announcement. There will be a question and answer session at the end of the session. If anybody would like to ask questions regarding today's session, they can post their question through chat to admin. So now I hand over to Gireesh Bhai. Welcome, Gireesh Bhai. You can start the session.
Om Shanti, and a very warm good evening to one and all present. I hope you are safe, healthy, and in good spirits. Thank you, Madhavi Ben, for that beautiful, sweet introduction. Aspirations of life. Yesterday we tried to figure it out that we need to understand what the truth is. We should look at life as it is, not based on what my perception or my view or my outlook about life is. And that's where the whole problem comes about as far as the complexity of understanding life is. So today we will try to understand what's exactly the purpose of life, or the objective of life, or goals of life. And to start with, I'll share a very beautiful experience of mine. And I was in Karnataka doing a program, and there I met a Swamiji. And I'll share my conversation with that respected Swamiji, which will make it very clear as to two aspects of human existence. And when we mix these two dimensions of human existence, that's where complexity happens. When I met Swamiji and I was inquiring about the Swamiji...
We're sorry, but some participants may be experiencing temporary audio issues. Our teams are working to resolve this as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I hope my voice is audible enough. So when I was inquiring about the Swamiji, about his day schedule, what type of meditation they do, what is the kind of lifestyle they lead, and so on and so forth. And in the ensuing conversation, I came to know two beautiful aspects about human existence. And he said that there are two different things. So one, he said, is survival, and the other is life. One is survival, the other is life. And he said, for any human being to survive on planet Earth, we require three things. One is what is called as food, second is clothing, and third is shelter. In Hindi, we call it roti, kapda, or makan. And if I have these three things, that is food, clothing, and shelter, probably I will be able to survive. And Swamiji said, as far as food, clothing, and shelter for Swamiji's survival, he said, we used to go out and beg. In Hindi or Sanskrit, it is called as bhiksha, alms. They will beg for food, clothing, and shelter wherever they are traveling. They don't do anything, no effort on their part to earn food, clothing, and shelter. That is for survival. They spend their minimum, least amount of energy or their effort as far as survival is concerned. Today, unfortunately, most of us, we spend our entire journey of life, the span of life, right from birth till death. We are obsessed and we are so caught up, earning for food, clothing and shelter. Our whole agenda is focused on to food, clothing and shelter, and that's livelihood. And then Swamiji told a very important aspect, that is about as far as life is concerned. He said, Gireesh, life, he defined life. Life is an experience. Experience of what? Experience of goodness, experience of love, experience of pleasantness, experience of joy, experience of health, experience of power, courage, respect, regard, confidence. This is, this all contributes to life. And it is very correctly said that life is not a problem to be solved. For most of us today, life itself is a problem. Oh God, that's one of the beautiful gifts that I can have. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Survival is not a reality. Life is a reality. And Swamiji said, to experience life, whosoever walked on the path of spirituality, he said, to experience life, we would, give ample time to ourselves to sit in silence, to meditate, to do tapasya, to be in solitude, to be one with myself, spending time with the self, rather having an appointment with the self most of the time, having a pleasant experience, in my own company. Can I experience beauty being with myself? And that's precisely we don't do right now, because we are so caught up in food, clothing and shelter. Actually, in today's world, our younger generation, or for that matter, every young person is being, harnessed or impressed upon that you have to do everything for survival. If you don't score good marks, what's going to happen about your life? But life has nothing to do with food, clothing and shelter, because life is an experience. Actually, we don't do anything for life. Our whole orientation is towards survival, survival and survival. And that is what precisely the whole problem is. We don't understand this basic difference. And we also, try to, what we experience in life? We want to experience peace, joy, love, compassion, health. And there are different dimensions to it. So if I call it at the physical level, it is health. If it is the mental level, it is peace, it is joy. If it is at the emotional level, it is love, compassion, respect, regard. If it is at the soul or the energy level, it is bliss. If it is at the external level, it's success. Whatever I want from others, they do it. I mean, that's what I want. And all these things, primarily, barring the outside, this is all happening within. Anything, but what we are trying to fix is, everything we are trying to fix at the outside. Things should happen the way I want. Others should behave in a particular way, others should understand me, they should talk to me in a particular fashion, they should do things as per my terms. But on the contrary, if they don't do things as per my terms, I'm feeling stress, anxiety, pain, agony, frustration, and I need to fix it, very clearly. And if I need to tell you, the external and the inner being, somebody asked me yesterday, how important is money in today's world? Yes, it is very important, and we have a lot of money with us. And what money can give us is comfort and conveniences. And if you look in today's scenario in comparison to almost 100 years back, or maybe around 60 years back, I think we should be the most, joyful, happy being on peaceful being on planet Earth, because look at the conveniences and comforts. At a click of a button, I can talk without spending one single rupee to anybody who is sitting abroad. But vis-a-vis, if I need to tell you a real picture, with all the comforts and convenience, we have become the most miserable lot. At the tip of a go, we are full of complaint about anything and everything. We complain about our mother-in-laws, about others, about the government's problem, about how they are handling coronavirus, about lockdown, about essential things. Let us try to understand it. What we need to do primarily is, we are paying too much attention onto what's happening externally, what's happening around me, and we don't pay attention to exactly what's happening within me. So if I need to tell you, the quality of life, and life is nothing but an experience, is determined by what is happening within me. So this moment right now, it's not important how much money I have in the bank. It's not important what type of car is parked outside. It's not important what type of business I do. It's not important what kind of a home I live in right now. It's not important when the lockdown will, get over. It's not important how the economy will revive. It's not important how my business will turn up. Yes, I do understand we need to plan over it. We need to organize it. But that will not determine the quality of life right now where you're sitting and listening to me. Your quality of life or my quality of life right now is what I am experiencing here. Is it peace? Is it calmness? Is it tranquility? Is it, energy? Yes, come what may, I'll be able to handle it. Is it power? Is it confidence? Unfortunately, what all I spoke about, that will only enhance our, lifestyle. This is one of the most wrongly used terms. Life is what I experience, and the style of my life should be the style of what I feel. But unfortunately, we have equated lifestyle as the kind of food I have, the kind of clothing style, dressing style, house style, car style, watch style. And we bask in the glory that if I have everything, the best of the branded things, my lifestyle is good. I appreciate if somebody has it. Nothing wrong about it. It has nothing to do against the spirituality. Please have it. But when it comes down to the real definitional terms of understanding life, life is experiencing peace, joy, happiness, compassion, bliss every moment. This moment, how joyful I am or how happy I am, will determine my quality of life right now. इस moment मैं क्या feel करता हूँ, बाहर कुछ भी हो रहा हो, is equal to my quality of life. We think it will happen tomorrow, and we are always living in the future aspect. Why? Because we are always working on the outside. Is equal to, my wife should be like this, my husband should be like this, my mother-in-law should behave like this, my children should be like this, the world should be like this. And believe me, this is a very difficult condition we are setting for ourselves to make our life beautiful. It's not possible. So let us try to understand the truth about life. And I want you to understand that whatever perceptions I have carried, or whatever mindset, or whatever programming I have had till date is the whole problem. We are not addressing the real issue. And here I would like to, bring another, beautiful term which is called as consciousness. And I'll speak about three consciousness today. One is what is called as consciousness. The second one is subconsciousness, and the third one is called as supraconsciousness, the reality. And let us try to see how it plays and creates an impression, and with that impression is how I look at the world, and I think that's the real picture. Say for example, there is lot of research done at the age when a baby is born. I'll give you an example. When a baby is born, and by the time the baby is around 1.5, 2 years of age, if the baby is taken to a swimming pool under regulation, under guidance, under protection, the parents are there, the instructor is there, and listen to me very carefully, it's a very scientific, very beautiful understanding of how the human mind works. And if the baby is taken to a swimming pool, and if the baby is, trained, you would wonder, how can a 1.5-year-old baby can be trained? The baby is taught to turn the other side. If the baby falls like this in the water, suppose, the baby would be trained how to, turn side. Now the baby will be on the back and the baby can float on the back. It will be able to do so. This is what pediatricians say, this is what medical science says, this is what behavioral specialists say. There is a response which is there ingrained in the baby, which comes by birth, which is called as, there is a a scientific term called as bradycardic responses. I'm not able to pronounce it clearly. You know what it means? It makes babies hold their breath. I repeat, what this response means, bradycardic response means the baby can hold their breath and open their eyes when submerged in water, because that's precisely what the baby was doing when the baby was in the mother's womb. With little training, suppose you have trained the baby at the age of 2 years, and for the rest of the whole life, if you leave the baby alone, even if the baby accidentally falls in a swimming pool, when the mother's attention on the baby is not there, the baby would be able to turn and float on the back, and then help can arrive. This is how the response is. This is how you can train. But unfortunately, what happens is that, now let us see the interplay of the subconscious and the conscious mind. Now as the child grows, let us assume by the age of say 10 years or maybe less than that, 8 years, when the parents officially take the baby for a swimming class, now the baby has got fear of getting into the water. Whereas the baby had no fear as far as 2 years was concerned. Why? Because till 6 years or 8 years or 10 years, the parents, the elders, whenever they went near water or maybe in a beach, parents would keep telling consciously into the baby's ear, don't go close to the water, don't go close to the water, you will drown, you will drown, you will drown. Constantly listening, you will drown, you will drown. Now this consciousness gets into the subconsciousness. Then I get a feeling that I can't swim, and then I have a fear. And if I need to tell you about fear, today, I mean, it has been so highly talked about. People have so much of fear, so much of anxiety. What's going to happen tomorrow? Fear of the unknown, fear of future, fear of results, fear of darkness, fear of lizard, fear of snake, fear of death, fear of financial loss, fear of relationship, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of public speaking. I mean, you name it, it's a plethora of fear. Believe me, I was not like this. None of us were like this. We were very beautiful. That's how the reality is, 9.8 meters per second square. And if I need to quote something which is very relevant, it says, we suffer more from imagination than reality. I repeat, we suffer more from imagination than reality. And we don't spend amount of time, we don't spend our energies in understanding the reality. Our subconscious mind is full of accumulation of false impressions, of the wrong memories, of the bad experience, and it is ruining our present life and the future life. Believing in something you are not. I repeat, seeing is believing is a wrong phenomenon according to me. Believing in something you are not is just a minute. Just a minute. Believing in something you are not is becoming crazy, becoming insane. पागलपन है ये. जो मैं नहीं हूँ उसी को मैं बिलीव करता हूँ, और जो मैं हूँ वो मैं जानता ही नहीं हूँ मैं कौन हूँ. So can I understand whatever you have accumulated is just a minute. Whatever you have accumulated is not what you are. Whatever you have is not what you are. And this is where we need to come to a super consciousness which is there within. And if I need to take you to the other dimension of spirituality, is the fundamental question that who am I? I am not my memories. I am not the inputs that is given since childhood till date. If they are similar to that of truth, fine. But if they are not, but then that is what I believe in, that is what my perception, that's what my outlook is. And I'll give you a very simple understanding. There is a very basic difference between I and my. Survival is for the body, food is for the body, clothing is for the body, shelter is for the body, and we are caught up with this physicality, with my name, with my post, with my position, with my, with my future. But then in the whole process, we are missing the essence of it, what I call it as the true consciousness. If I say, this is my glass, my spectacle, I repeat, in English, I say, this is my spectacle, this is my computer, this is my mobile phone, this is my car, this is my house, this is my wife, this is my office. My office. I cannot say, make a statement, it will be wrong English. I cannot say that I am the glasses, I am the car, I am the mobile phone, I am the office, I am the laptop, I am the mobile phone. Sorry, this is, again, you've gone crazy, Gireesh. And this is universal. This is not what I created. This is not what Brahma Kumaris has created. This is English. Whosoever has made English grammar. There is a difference between I and mine. Similarly, this is mine. It exists. It is different from Gireesh. I use it. This is what I possess. This is what I have. This is what I have bought. This is what I have made. Similarly, if you go to any doctor on planet Earth, I'm speaking medical science. What do I say? Doctor, my stomach is paining, my head is aching, my hand is broken. Nowhere till date we have ever used a statement in English like this, doctor, the hand is broken, the stomach is paining, the head is aching. Sorry, again, this is insanity. This doesn't make sense. Now, if this is my hand, if this is my glass, there is a difference between the glass and Gireesh. There are two different entities. Similarly, when I say my hand, my body, my name, my head, my eyes, my stomach, then the question is, who am I? Who is this energy which is speaking through this mouth? Which is that energy which is able to see through these eyes? Which is that energy which is able to work? And in spiritual language, we call it as a soul. In scientific term, we call it as energy, a force, power. In Sanskrit, it is called as Atma. In English or Christianity, it is called as a soul or a spirit. In Islam, it is called as Ruh. And I will call it as a soul or an energy. It is, I'll give you an analogy, very simple. Suppose you have a mobile phone and a SIM card, a micro SIM card. The moment you take that micro SIM card out, gone. You will not be able to connect to anybody. Similarly, there is a micro SIM card. Now, if the body is my mobile, there is a SIM card. And if I take this SIM card, the power, the energy, the consciousness out, this becomes dead. This is of no use. But then the question is, we have given a lot of energy, lot of attention only onto this. Not only onto this, only to give comfort and convenience to the physical body, and we say that we lead a very wonderful life. But how about giving little attention to a spirit, to the soul, to the energy? Can we top up the soul every now and then? And if I need to tell you from the business perspective, I was reading a book written by Dr. Debashish Chatterjee, Indian Institute of Management, currently now in Lucknow, previously with IIM Calicut. And he has written a book, The Other 99%, on leadership. He is a leadership coach, a very beautiful book, a small book. The title of the book is The Other 99%. And in the first chapter he says, the first lesson of leadership, he says, a leader sees his world around, the leader sees the world within himself. If I can see leadership within, because leadership is, is how you look at things. Even in difficult times, if you can see a ray of hope, if you can feel confident, if you can see, yes, I can overcome the challenge with peace, with happiness, with creativity, with hard work, believe me, that's what a leader can do. And that's what precisely we don't do. So spirituality or life is understanding this energy in the true sense, and it is common for everybody. Can I ask you a question? If I speak about religion, religious differences, that it is not an always and a common phenomenon for everybody, because religion brings out a lot of differences. So maybe I may look differently as far as a particular culture, a particular religion, or a particular sect, or a particular nationality is concerned. You may have different, makes of mobile phone. Somebody can have an Apple phone, other could have an MI phone, third can have a Samsung phone, 5.5-inch small phone, Symbian phone, Android. There could be a variety as far as how it looks. But the SIM card, the micro SIM card, is universally of the same size. Similarly, the soul within, the energy within is common to everybody. And it is primarily, the soul primarily is love, is peace. It is made of love, it is made of peace, it is made of happiness. That's what we aspire for. That's what we long for. That's what we want in life. But what we have done is we have mixed it. I'll give you a very simple another logic. Suppose Gireesh is taken to the operation theater for a surgery, and suppose something goes wrong in the operation theater, and my relatives come and inquire from the doctor, how is the situation? And the doctor says on a serious note, sorry, we tried our best, you can take the body away. But then, who was taken into the operation theater? It was Gireesh. Madhavi Ben gave a beautiful introduction. Masters in this, 25 years of this, taken a speaker, international, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, that is not what I am. That is what I have all acquired. That's what my qualification is. But then who am I? The soul. So when the doctor says, please take the body away, my relatives in turn ask the question to the doctor, doctor, whom did you take into the operation theater? It was Gireesh, but who is coming out? It's a body, whereas Gireesh disappeared. No medical doctor on planet Earth, I'm speaking medical science. Medical science is common for everybody. It cannot change based on gender, class, creed, nationality. The doctor says, please take the body away. No doctor on planet Earth will ever call a dead body by his or her name. Not possible. Then who was Gireesh? I'll give you a very hilarious, an analogy, and I love this. When I do my sessions, let me check the time. Yeah. When I do my session, there are a lot of people who come and take selfies with me. They want to click photographs with me. And at times, today selfie, in the olden days, people would click photographs, but today a selfie, everybody wants to come into that camera, into that vision. So everybody is, very close to each other. And yes, everybody wants to click a photograph. I don't mind it. They want to be happy. They want to, keep it as a memory. Fine. I do give the permission, and they click selfie. Suppose in one of the sessions, or maybe suppose right now, as I'm speaking to you, God forbid it should not happen, let us assume with a massive cardiac chest arrest, right now it's 7:43 p.m. Today, I have a massive cardiac arrest and I die, suppose. Question, will anybody come and click a photograph with the dead body? Hello? The dead body of Gireesh will have the same nose, same glasses, same bald head, same everything, same features, same texture, same color, same everything. We don't go close to a dead body. But then when you're taking a selfie, you're actually clicking a photograph of the body only. Hello? People are not clicking a picture or a selfie with the nose or the ears. They are not interested in the body. They are interested in Gireesh. Now who is this Gireesh? The Gireesh which expresses itself. The expression of love, the expression of warmth, the expression of, of compassion, the expression of respect, regard, friend. And if we miss these basic essences of emotions or the qualities from our life, I said we are not living a true life. And the aspiration of our life should be to pursue and experience this. So can we spend little time along with survival means, can we spend little more time to experience the soul? And I have not made this soul. And I'll tell you another logic, another truth. It is said in science that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. The body is perishable. What you can see is there. I was not like this 40 years back. I may not be like this maybe 10 to 20 years from now. It's changing. The soul, the energy remains same. It gets transformed, but the energy remains. So this gives me a very beautiful positive thought to ponder over. I mentioned something about death. Death is not the actual loss. Suppose somebody dies in a family. It is a general practice as far as the Indian society is concerned. All the near and dear ones, we grieve. Now I have a certain problem with grief. I have a problem with anger. We will discuss it tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Because this is not natural. This is all we have made up. This is all what we have learned. We will understand anger, calm, peace from a very psychological and behavioral perspective tomorrow. But let us try to understand, where is this coming from? This is not natural. Anger is not natural. You may pose a lot of questions, but we will see to it tomorrow. And when somebody dies, we all become sad and sorrow and we grieve. My question is why? Have you ever till date grieved because of 9.8 meters per second square because of gravity? No, it is there. The only thing I can do is to accept it. But for most of the truths in life, we live as if we are never going to die and perish. And the reality is, one fine day, I have to leave this body, so every human soul on planet Earth will have to leave this body. But we don't accept it. You know why? Again, the conscious and the subconscious mind comes into picture. That's what we have been consciously fed, and it has got into our subconscious mind, and we are leading an unconscious life. We are not able to understand the reality by seeing it. We are not able to experiencing it because we are all colored by what has been programmed. I'll give you a very simple example. Why do we grieve as far as someone's death in a family is concerned? You know, let us assume in a family the grandfather expires, natural old age death, and the whole family members are sitting next to the body and they are crying and they are weeping and they are, expressing their whatever sense of loss. The granddaughter, that is the son's child, a second standard child, let us assume 6 years or 7 years. The little innocent child who does not know what death is, what life is, the conscious and the subconscious mind are very clear. The child is experiencing something, a new event, that in the family everybody is crying and grieving. So the child goes across to the mother and says, "Mama, why are you crying?" Because she's not able to find a reason for it. She's not able to figure out why. And the mother very peacefully tries to make the child understand by saying, "Baby, grandfather has left us. दादाजी हमको छोड़ के चले गए." In Hindi we say, "दादाजी हमको छोड़ के चले गए." This person has left us. And you know what the child says very innocently? "दादाजी लेटे तो है ना?" I mean, he's sleeping on the floor, the drawing room. So the mother says, no, he has left us. And the child is not able to figure out. The only difference is, till yesterday he was sleeping in his bedroom. Today he has been asked to sleep in the drawing room and everybody is sitting and weeping. And finally the mother says, "No baby, you will not understand. You are too small to understand. Grandfather has become," and the mother tries to explain it going to the level of the child. And you know what the mother says to make the child understand? That grandpa has become twinkle, twinkle, little star, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Now she is trying to teach the child that grandpa was a twinkling star. I am a star, a beautiful energy. But unfortunately, we are only realizing it after the death of the star. Star has gone, now I realize. But before that, I would only look at my granddad as a piece of flesh and bone, with a lot of habits, with a lot of, swabhavs and sanskars. We never looked at the granddad as a sparkling gem or a star. Now what the child has understood is, because the child is learning from the surrounding, that anybody dies, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to cry. But death is a wrong term. Death doesn't mean that I lose everything. Death means the soul leaves this old body. It's like you're taking your SIM card from an old mobile phone and inserting it into a new one. So the mobile phone has lost, but the SIM card and the number remain. And if you send a message to the same number with a new handset, the message will get delivered. Similarly, this body, this costume, which has got certain limitations, is like a mobile phone. And why do we fear death? Oh my God, I should feel happy, in fact, if I know the truth. Suppose I have an old bicycle and I tell my dad, Dad, I want to get a new one. And my dad gets me a new one. He buys me a new one. Tell me, would the child feel happy after receiving the new bicycle, or he will feel sorrow leaving the old one? This is human psychology. But the same we don't apply. Like today I'm wearing this white shirt. Tomorrow I'll put it for washing and I wear a fresh one. Do you feel miserable and bad and sorrow and grieve when you wear a fresh piece of clothes? No. So unfortunately, for most of the realities about life, and when I speak about death, it is the SIM card leaving the handset. And this is always happened, and for everybody, be it Lord Sri Krishna, be it Prophet Muhammad, be it Jesus Christ, be it you, be it me, be it my most beloved mom, be it my most respected dad. It is the truth. Grief, sorrow is your and my cooked up story. It's my psychological drama. And this is what we are teaching to the next generation. And the same applies for most of the things about success, failures, fears, anxiety, stress. These are all wrong notions. Actually, you and me, if after World War II, after the Great Depression, if after the Hiroshima, Nagasaki, if Japanese can become one of the most powerful country in the world, why can't you and me come out again? Can't we spring back? What is really required is the energy of our thoughts. It's our positivity, it's our creativity. And unfortunately, we don't know how to harness this potential. And that's what precisely the whole problem is. So if I can distinguish clearly, if I can experience something beyond the body, that entity, that spark, that energy which actually lives, survival is for the body. And if I start operating from the potential and the powers of the soul, the energy, believe me, any challenge that I confront in my life, I will be able to do my best. And when you do your best with complete energy, vitality, focus, enthusiasm, creativity, management, risk factors, the best of the best knowledge, technology, the results are going to be fantastic. If we lose within, I think half of the battle is already lost. So we need to understand one truth that we have understood today. Because yesterday when I said, whatever is happening around me, I cannot be in control. Only thing I can be in control is my mind, is the images these thoughts create and the actions derive. Now, who is that entity which can control the mind? It is I, the soul, not the nose, not the eyes, not the body. And this is where we have to make a difference between the soul and the body. Last one example, and then we will sit in meditation for 5 minutes. There's a very scientific evidence to it about this energy. Suppose a person dies, and within a scientific given time frame, if the heart is taken out from the dead body, the eyes are taken out, and let us assume the kidney is taken out, and it is transplanted into some other needy patient, wherein all other factors, as far as the what you call the the blood group and everything matches scientifically or medically, biomedically, everything is okay for transplant. Scientifically, it is possible. So if I take a heart from a dead body and transplant it into another person, there the heart will function. So I take this kidney and put it in another body, another person, it will start purifying the blood. If I take the eyes from the dead body and transplant it to a needy person, and he can see the whole world. Now my question is, that means the eye, the kidney and the heart is not dead. It has got the potential to work. But my question is, if it has got the potential to work in some other person, why in the dead body it was not functioning? Why did it stop? And then we use a term called as brain dead. Now brain dead is like your, it's like your CPU. You have all the software, you have all the hardware, but then it cannot function until and unless it has got the energy. You don't switch it on, you don't switch on it, it will not function, it is all there. Similarly, the energy, if it leaves the body, and this is what experience is like. If I say I love you, it is not the tongue or the heart or the kidney, it is this beautiful emotion which expresses. A dead body cannot say I love you, because it has lost, the soul has left the body. So one truth that we try to understand the reality is, the more I start living my life based on this truth, that beyond the physical, beyond the the tangible, there is something which is very intangible, which is very powerful. And the more I start operating my life and do everything externally based on the consciousness of my true potential, believe me, everything starts happening smoothly. You will be able to derive results very easily. So it is change in consciousness, from body consciousness, from status consciousness, from gender consciousness, from post position consciousness, to something that I was there always. I told you, what I have become is not what I am. So I am a bachelor today. Tomorrow I get married, I become a husband. But you are not the husband. That's a position. For one particular person, you are a husband. Society has given you permission to live with that person. Day after tomorrow, I have a baby. I have got another position called as father. You are not the father of the whole world. You are only a father of 2 children. But then, what are you for the whole world? Because for truth to happen, there are 2 conditions. One, it should be an always phenomena. Number 2, it should be common for everybody. So for a soul and a soul, we say we are all brothers and sisters. We are a part of this beautiful one world family. And the beautiful connection between you and me is the original qualities of the soul, that is love, that is compassion, and we use it as humanity. But how can I connect to you? You are from a different place, you are from a different gender, you are from different culture. I am not able to relate. There has to be some connectivity, and the connectivity is that we are all one. Same amount of love. Everybody needs love, everybody needs respect, everybody needs enthusiasm, everybody needs inspiration, everybody needs courage. And if I can draw it from within, life becomes fantastic. And I think in these challenging times, when the outside is very, very, very challenging, it's very unprecedented, it is high time that we draw inspirations from within, because We are all bestowed. This is how the design of the world is. This is how gravity is. Gravity is not made by science. Similarly, the soul is a creation of some super intelligence. Let me accept it and let me lead a very wonderful, moment. I want you to sit in silence for another 2-3 minutes, and then we will open the discussion for Q&A session. Tomorrow we will understand how to become peaceful and calm even when my surroundings are difficult. How not to get angry. What is the psychological and the real understanding of anger, of love, of peace, of our emotions, so that during unprecedented time the externalities don't overpower me, rather I am more powerful than the surroundings. We will see to it tomorrow, and this is very important, because if we are not able to establish peace, silence, tranquility, it has a very negative impact on our physiology, which we will discuss it later as far as our health is concerned. Right from diabetes to blood pressure to heart attack to cancer, you name it, more than 85% of the diseases are psychosomatic. How you think, how I feel, how I emote, and we will understand it very scientifically, how it has an impact on our physiology and anatomy. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. For the next 2 minutes, take a moment now to step away from your memories, from your past, from your to-do list, from your what you want to do the next, the past and the future, and enter a space of sacred silence. Close your eyes and feel the silence around you. Focus your entire attention onto the center of your forehead and see a sparkling star, a tiny transient point of light, like a star in the sky, in the center of the forehead. And try to experience silence, that I am not this body of flesh, bone and various organs. I am a sparkling star, an energy, pure energy. Allow yourself and deep dive inside this energy. Focus your entire attention, bring it from the outside into the forehead and experience the silence. Slightly open your eyes as if you're still in the space of silence. You're conscious that I am a sparkling star. But through these eyes, I am looking out from the window of my eyes. You can see your cheeks, your body, your legs. You are viewing the physical world. As you see from this space of soul, you need not label anything about what you are seeing. Neither you should think about anything what you are seeing. You need not figure out what you are seeing. Just observe. but notice the beauty of what you're experiencing. The experience of being at ease, of silence. Your attention is not getting drowned by the outside. You are a detached observer. Just watch, as if you are in the world of matter, form, color, sound, but untouched by it. I am experiencing silence. I am in a higher state of awareness, of ease and tranquility. Imagine as if you let go of this world and you rise above the world, and you are floating above your head. You rise above gravity. Feel the sparkling star without the body. Experience weightlessness, absolute silence, bodiless stage, full of energy and vitality, complete weightlessness. Just see yourself as pure divine light, completely free above the world. This is the real you that exists beyond the costume of the body. Enjoy this silence and weightlessness. Slowly, you descend down and enter back into this body, into the sacred space in between the eyebrows, in the forehead. Experience the surroundings. I feel refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated. I am in the world of matter, but untouched by it. I am in the world of matter, but not made from it. I am a peaceful soul, a lovely soul, a powerful soul. And through this body and through the various relationships, I will express this experience while I'm interacting with the family members. Slowly open your eyes. Om Shanti. Thank you. I open the forum for any questions. If you have any questions, you can write in the chat box. Yeah, I can read one question. One guest has asked me a question. If we don't have phenomenal lifestyle aspirations, then will there be any motivation to invent something new to ease our life? Brother, if I need to tell you, all scientific inventions have been made in silence. Albert Einstein never wanted to become famous. When he was silent, he figured out something, he made something, and that changed, humanity. So phenomenal life, motivation is something which it's how you feel. It's not about what you do at the external level. So if motivation is at the external, what I call it as extrinsic motivators, the moment I don't give that extrinsic motivator, you will feel depressed. Money is an extrinsic motivator. It will work to a point, but passion, love, the zeal and enthusiasm, all successful people operated their life out of passion. Ask Sachin Tendulkar. He said, cricket is my life. Then they became famous. Then money came in, fame came in, popularity came in, and today they have a phenomenal life. But phenomenal life is not the basis of motivation. Motivation is one thought ahead. How you look at your work and what you feel about it. If cricket is my life, I'll give everything. I'll die for it. That's motivation. Sorry.
आप देख पा रहे हैं?
I am not able to see the question. Yeah, I can see. Let me go back.
Natural death अनुजो.
हाँ, ये वाला natural death is okay, but how to
Okay.
control the grief of sorrow of loss in case of unnatural and sudden death of someone?
See, death is death. Natural, sudden. It is, the grief and sorrow, we are mixing things. We have always believed that the person will always be there with me. Life is uncertain, dear. I understand that you love the person. You want to be with the person forever, but that's a very, wrong way to look at life. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Even if I love everybody, if I want to be with them, nurture them, nourish them, take care of them, settle them in their life, but things can go my way. Death is not under my control. We can be safe, we can take all the precautions, we can plan, but if it happens accidentally also, then also we should have the ability to understand and accept the truth that life goes beyond it. And it requires a little bit of practice and reprogramming of our mind, our subconscious mind. Any other question? Death.
गिरीश भाई जी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank
और
you.
बहुत सुंदर रीति से जो कल हमने सुना कि ट्रूथ क्या होता है और मना एक्सेप्ट करना है. एक तो स्पिरिचुअलिटी का अर्थ होता है जो भी बाहर के जो हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है वो एक्सेप्ट करना है. जो हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं अंदर का, उसको कंट्रोल करना है. और इसकी बहुत सुंदर विधि आज हमने सुनी कि सबसे पहले तो हम अपने आप को पहचाने कि मैं कौन, और वही राइट कॉन्शियसनेस में कौन, एक बहुत पीसफुल, लवफुल, ब्लिसफुल, पावरफुल एनर्जी हूँ. इस कॉन्शियसनेस को जितना हम प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, शायद सब प्रॉब्लम्स का कहो या फिर सब क्वेश्चंस का आंसर इसमें समाया हुआ है. बहुत सुंदर रीति से भाई जी आपने ये हमको स्पष्ट किया. थैंक यू सो मच.
But just one, for certain questions, paucity of time, I answered it in brief. If you can speak to the Brahma Kumaris sisters and do that 7-day program, if you understand the whole, the knowledge and wisdom of the truth of life, it will become very easy for you to overcome any trauma of death or the present situation. And the next 3 days also, I will dwell upon all those things. But one thing, nobody dies on planet Earth. We are energy. It is only we change the costume.
ये धीरे धीरे जैसे प्रैक्टिस करते जाएंगे, जैसे गिरीश भाई जी ने कहा, तो हमको बहुत आसान हो जाएगा इससे बाहर निकलना. और फिर कल हम मिलेंगे आप सबसे गिरीश भाई जी के साथ. कल का टॉपिक रहेगा कामनेस इन चैलेंजिंग टाइम्स.
Yeah, how to face trauma, challenges, we will discuss that.
Yes. Thank you, Bhaiji. Okay, Om Shanti.